First and foremost, of the Sunnah when it comes to being practiced. And number two, how many are there and after which salawat. So when you come to the Sunnah prayer, there are two types of Sunnah prayer. Those which are emphasized upon, which is we known as Sunnah Mu'akkada, and those we have non-emphasized, which is non-Mu'akkada, which is non-emphasized Sunnah. Now, when it comes to the Sunnahs which are emphasized, which categories of the Sunnah are considered to be a Mu'akkada? And that is a Sunnah that the Prophet ﷺ continuously prayed, right? Now, if you habitually miss those Sunnah, they can be forgiven. They cannot be forgiven. If you occasionally miss the Sunnah, then they can be forgiven, right? You will be held responsible of habitually missing your Sunnah prayer, right? So for that, we have the first category is the Fajr Salah, which is 2 Sunnah before the Fajr Salah. So some of these scholars consider to be the highest amount of emphasis upon all the Sunnah after Witr prayer is given to the Sunnah of Fajr prayer, and that is with the 2 Sunnah of Fajr and then 2 Fard of the Fajr prayer. For Dhuhr, you have 6 Sunnah Mu'akkada, which are 4 before the Fard and 2 after the Fard. And then you have 2 optional if you want to pray those. But these 2, the 4 before and the 2 after, these are known as Sunnah Mu'akkada, which you should not leave them habitually. And every day you pray them, Allah Azza wa Jal give you rewards. In Asr, there is no Sunnah Mu'akkada. There is 4 Sunnah or 2 Sunnah. If you come into the Masjid, you want to pray 2 Sunnah, 4 Sunnah. Both are permissible, but both of them are non-emphasized. They are غير مؤكدة. Then when you come to Maghrib, the 2 raka'ah before the Fard of Maghrib, those are mustahab prayer. What is the ruling of a mustahab prayer? If you do them, you get reward. If you don't do them, you shouldn't. You don't get any sin. But the scholars say that when it comes to mustahab act, you should leave it, meaning pray it sometimes and leave it sometimes, right? According to some scholars, the Hanafi opinion, there is no Sunnah before Maghrib, or Sunnah is after Maghrib. So that's why those 2 rak'ah are considered to be mustahab, which is considered as a reward if you pray, and if you don't pray, there is no sin involved. After Maghrib prayer, you have 2 Sunnah, and then you have the Awabin prayer, which are optional, 6 rak'ah. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever prays 6 rak'ah after Maghrib prayer, Rasulullah ﷺ said, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him the reward of 12 years of optional ibadah, right? And those 6 rak'ah can be included with the 2 Sunnah that you pray, or excluded from the 2 Sunnah that you pray. So there will be total of 8, including the 2 Sunnah, of total of 6, including the 2 Sunnahs. Both opinions are there. When Isha Salah comes, before Isha, there are 4 rak'ah of emphasis prayer, غير مؤكدة. If you pray them, you get reward. If you don't pray them, there is no sin involved. After Isha prayer, you have 2 Sunnah, which are mu'akkada, and then you have Witr. Now, when it comes to Witr, there are differences of opinion how this Witr is going to be prayed and what is the position. The highest position of Witr is given as wajib because of the amr of the Prophet ﷺ, Ya Ahl al-Quran awtiru. That, O people of Quran, make sure you do your Witr. So that is wajib, according to Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. But the 2 students of Imam Abu Hanifa, Sahibain, Imam Muhammad and Abu Yusuf rahimahullah, consider Witr to be Sunnah, whereas other scholars, Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal, Shafi'i and Maliki, all of them consider the Witr prayer to be Sunnah Mu'akkada, and that needs to be, and that's why, according to the Hanafi school of thought, if you have missed your Witr and made it Qada, if you missed it out of time, then you should make Qada of Witr also, because it is a higher category from Sunnah, which is wajib, and that mandates Qada, and that is only in the Hanafi school of thought. Now, Witr can be prayed in different ways. All of the methods, you can pray in 3 together with 1 sitting. You can pray 3 with 2 sittings like you pray Maghrib, or you can do 2 and 1. These are different methods of praying Witr, and all of them are acceptable, right? All of them are acceptable. Which one is the best? The one that you're practicing. Right? Which one is the best? The one that you're practicing. But all of them are acceptable. Right? And the Prophet ﷺ, you have various of narrations depending on different, and Sahaba prayed it differently also. So all the three methods of witr or that are there, they are all acceptable to be prayed upon, and they are, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept that. So this is when it comes to the Sunnah prayer. Now you have Jum'ah Salah. According to all school of thought, except the Hanafi school of thought, the Jum'ah Sunnah are the similar to what you have for Dhuhr. According to the Hanafi school of thought, the Jum'ah Sunnah is 4 before, 4 after the 2 fard, and then 2 optional, right? But the other school of thought, 4 before and 2 after the fard prayer. The sunnahs can be prayed. Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi says that all of the sunnah must be prayed in the house, right? You can pray optional prayer in the masjid, but the sunnah should be prayed in the house. But other scholars says it's better to pray them in the house than to pray them. This is with all the sunnahs, either the ones that are before or the one that is after. If a person knows that if he goes home or he's not going home or he's doing something, then he has the permissibility to pray them in the masjid. But the actual practice of the Prophet ﷺ is to pray sunan in the house. Nafal prayer, like you have Tahiyyatul Masjid, when you come to the masjid, you pray 2 rak'ah salah. That is called Tahiyyatul Masjid. That is for the masjid that you can pray, or any other optional prayers that you would like to pray, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, inshallah we'll have the